Welcome to ACS Composite. My name is Joseph, and today we're talking about aero packages. We have here a C8R edition Corvette with the infamous 5VM package. ACS does offer a very similar package that's available to all C8 owners, and GM has offered that in 2020 and as an option, if available, between 21 and 22. It's been a really great package, really destined for an aggressive driver. We then tailored and offered a 1VM package, which had a lot of similar features, mounting systems, and even design elements. And what we did is we basically deleted the side winglet. And today we're here to talk about the 7VM, which we have on the orange car here. And the 7VM is really a more aggressive 5VM. So we basically went up and we're using the boomerang that's on the side of the car as a design element. So we have here what we call a boomerang, or we called it an inverted 7 since the beginning, hence the 7VM came about. The package includes a splitter and a side rocker, and we'll start with the front splitter, and it's got a lot of similarities to our 1 and 5VM, meaning it's the same construction, same material, and the same design element in the center. And the reason we kept that is that A, it really matches the car well, B, every driver is used to it, ground clearance is great, and the design element is just perfect. But we get a lot of different feedback about winglets and aggressiveness. So what we have here is our 7VM winglet, which is integrated into the design. We have our inverted 7. I really like the fact that we can see the body color behind it. It's tucked in a very similar fashion, not touching the car, but it does give the car a much more aggressive look. The material, as I was saying, is the same as what you've been accustomed to with the 1 and 5VM line. It's a PC Composite, which means it's a black plastic throughout, a very chip resistant and speed resistant. So basically it'll follow you at any speed the C8 could go. It won't break, it won't vibrate. It will resist driveway scrapes. So God forbid you were to scrape it, it's black throughout and basically very strong, and it wears out. So very easy to repair if you need to. We have a CFZ or a carbon flash touch-up tool that you can do to touch it up if that were to happen. But basically durability and strength were the key elements when selecting that material. Next, we have our 7VM side rocker. So we'll move over to the side. And this is really the signature piece to the package, a very original design that follows the inverted 7. And this is followed out through here. And we've eliminated that negative angle of the 5VM and added a more aggressive over the 1VM. So it's really a great option for somebody that wants to build a custom C8 Corvette that's unlike everybody else. So there's been a demand for something more original, and this is our solution. So when we look at this rocker, there's a lot of similar design elements to the 1 and 5VM, and that is the material, obviously, which is just covered, but 2, also the installation process. So the installation of the 1, 5, and 7VM is identical. It's actually the same mounting system, the same design element. We still carried over the under tray, the 3 OEM screws that are located underneath, and all the same mounting rivets, and even a similar rocker bracket that we're going to install. So going back to the winglet, we basically have a lot of design elements that have been carried over from the car itself, which finally gives you what we call a very shark feeling to it. Hence the Stingray, hence the 7, and hence the 7VM. So the next step is let's go over to black car. I'll show you the pieces, how they assemble, how they install, and finally we'll do an overview of it. We're getting ready for the installation of our 7VM package on the C8 behind us, but I'm taking the opportunity to show the differences or similarities also between our 1VM, 5VM, and 7VM. So you'll notice we have them all 3 laid out, and they're very similar from a under tray standpoint. So the mounting system under the car is identical on all 3. Mounting points are the same within all 3. They use the same fastening points, the same rivets, the same hole location. So the interchangeability between these 3 is not an issue, very easy to do. And from a design element standpoint, the side profile is the same. So the side profile was basically derived from the 5VM, which is a very efficient profile from rock chip protection. We added the under tray to enhance that and also for strength. So all 3 use a bracket system which goes right here, which enables us not to drill the rocker panel, which is the biggest concern when it comes to the OEM 5VM package, which is located right here. So if we look at the 1VM, we'll notice how it's got pretty subtle profile to it. The full undertray underneath, which is common on all three, and the raw material is the same on all three. We then have the 5VM, which has the longest or most aggressive winglet with the negative angle. And finally, our 7VM, which is what we're installing today. So we have the little shark fin, the 7 shape, and a very detailed profile which matches the car really well. So we're going to go through the installation of the 7VM rocker, very similar to the 1 and 5VM. We will be including links to the 1VM rocker installation video below, simply because in that video we also show you how to remove a rocker. This car's never had a rocker on it, so there's nothing to remove, but we show you how to drill out the rivets and prep the surface to install them. So that's still a good reference, and we'll go ahead and get this on the car and see what it looks like on the black C8. We're getting ready now to prep the 7VM rocker for the C8. You'll notice that it's basically a 1VM rocker with a pre-drilled format at the end to pre-install the 7VM winglet. This is a separate item that you have to assemble prior to the installation on the car. The reason we did this is really to get good paint coverage everywhere, especially on this area here. So basically it's a sub-assembly that has to be done. Rocker itself is pre-drilled. The winglet itself is pre-drilled. We have fasteners that are included with it. We have a hardware kit that's enclosed with it. So inside we'll find all the fasteners, which are the rivets, torque screws, instructions, the tape, and what we need are the bolts. So the winglet itself is held on by M6 Torx bolts, and the installation is very straightforward. You'll need a 10mm socket and an Allen key. You use the M6 Torx bolts. They get inserted into the holes. Line it up into the holes that are pre-drilled into your rocker and install the flange nuts. The holes are nominal. You want to make sure that you're able to get the back edge flush between the winglet and the rocker edge. I'm using the Allen key to hold the bolt, and I'm using the wrench to tighten the inside because I don't want to score the paint on the winglet itself. So we have our assembly of the 7VM rocker ready for installation. We're going to go over to the car and prep the surface. This car has about 5,000 miles on it, and the first year of its life it didn't have any rock guards. We did do a film protection on this area, and driving around town we basically nicked it. We noticed this area here is full of chips, which lucky for us we're going to be covering up with our side rocker, and the bottom portion we really see it worn out. So the first step is really to clean all this because it's the last time we're going to see it. We've cleaned the surface and we're getting ready to install the double-sided tape, the black foam, and our mounting bracket. Since last year, we've actually increased the tape surface on the car portion. So if you're buying one of our parts 2021 and up, this is what you've probably received, big tape. The reason we did this is obviously for all the coatings on these cars. Most people are putting ceramic coatings. So in this particular car, because it's got the ceramic coating, we're going to be using an adhesion promoter for the tape. So this really does enhance the adhesion, and it just makes the job a lot faster and safer. So it's something we recommend if you have a car that has ceramic coating. This might be easier than trying to strip it all and get these brackets to mount properly. The way the adhesion promoter works is you basically go on the surface and just pre-apply it. And all it is really an activator for the adhesive that's on the double-sided tape. So you'll notice that when you go to install it, it literally becomes like a magnet. So you basically get one shot at it. I've peeled it. Just like in the 1VM video, we're going tangent in the back, sitting on the edge, and flush with this body line. Going to be installing the double-sided tape. You get ample material to do the job 1.5 times, so if you have to redo it, you basically have extra material, so you don't have to run around. If it's left over, save it. Very handy. I'm now applying the double-sided tape. Because this is a very similar video to the 1VM, I'm actually going to do the installation on this one a little differently, just to give you guys an option to what you're more comfortable with. On the 1VM, I leave a pull tab to pull after. I really like that method because you're able to pre-fit the part and get a visual. In this particular case, I'm going to pre-fit it prior to peeling my tapes. Take it out, peel the tape completely, and then install it. The advantage with this method is that you don't risk breaking the red. I'm not going to say one method is better than the other one. They both have their pros and cons. You can make a selection to what's best for you. Now that I've done probably a couple dozen of these myself, I like to save the time or the headache or the stress from that tape breaking on me, so I pre-peel it, and it's been going really well, getting that tight fit to the body. I'm going to do a final dry fit, and it also gives me a practice run on how to fit it. Because for this car, I'm going to be peeling the tape beforehand just to give you guys options. I'm gonna go put my 7mm screws at the bottom. Applying pressure in the center and tightening it in with a screw. And this is where that little 2mm is coming into play, giving me a little bit more adjustability and not just relying on the unit inside, which I can't see. I'm now happy with the way the rocker fits on the car. I'm gonna remove it and peel all the tape and basically install it into my final position, which is this one. I'm gonna use the same adhesion promoter on the inside of the rocker, since that's where it touches. All surfaces must be clean, free of grease, dirt. And we're ready to install. I have my fasteners ready, so basically I'm going to put it in the right spot, put the 3 fasteners, and move on to the rivets. If you have some help around, it could be handy to have an extra set of hands. I'm going to attempt it alone since that's how I usually do it. But as a first-time installer, I think the dry fits and an extra set of hands can make life a lot easier. I'm going to be using the rear edge of the rocker panel in the wheel well because I know it touches it. So I'm going to try to stay as far away from the tape as I can as I go in. And I'm going a little bit inbound in one single motion. Finally, we're going to apply pressure over the double-sided tape. Reason being, the double-sided tape is heat and pressure activated. It did grab really well because of the adhesion promoter, so less critical, but it's always good to get extra pressure on it, just to make sure it's mating to the 2 surfaces. Tape's not really holding the rocker there. It's really there to eliminate any potential vibrations on the panel as you drive down the road. Final step, rivets. We include a series of long rivets and short rivets. On the outer edge, we're installing the long rivets. We use a rivet gun. We have an electric one, but a manual one is more than adequate since they're black, aluminum, anodized rivets. Very easy to crimp. We get a lot of questions to how high should the car be jacked up to do the installation, and it really comes down to the tools you're using. In this case here, I have a rivet gun which is 14 inches, so this is my limiting factor. But if I didn't have the luxury to jack up the car this high, you could always just drive it on ramps, pieces of wood, use an angle drill and a hand riveter, you'll be down to 5 inches. I'm gonna go do now the centermost holes, converting to the short rivets. To ease this installation, I use a screwdriver on the back side, and the reason I do this is to apply pressure to the original rocker panel. So I have a zero gap between the two. That's the ACS rocker panel and the OEM rocker panel, which we're using to fasten our panel to. Apply pressure, and I crimp and remove. We do get a lot of questions about the drilling pattern or if a drilling template is included. There is no drilling template included because the panel is the drilling fixture to say, since it's pre-drilled. So basically I just follow all the holes. I just separate really the outer and the inner holes since they're using different rivets. Screwdriver between, short rivet, engaged, pressure, crimp. We've completed all the fasteners. I take a double look to make sure all the holes have been filled. And I'm gonna clean it using our Renew product, which is really done to maintain all things that are plastic and unpainted. So if you have one of our rocker panels that you've had on the car for a year or two, this will actually restore it. So it's actually a really neat product to detail your car if you're a show goer. Painted surface with a detail spray. Installation is complete.